"Approaching Cleveland Avenue now," said Pilot over the radio. Other black SUVs followed, while 4 Harley-Davidson police motorcycles, or sweepers, zoomed ahead to block intersections and get cars out of the way. Normally, the police would have closed the streets, but today's motorcade was last minute, and the morning rush hour particularly stubborn. The motorcade slithered through the traffic like a black snake. The man called Mongoose looked like a college wrestler who had abandoned his weight class long ago, but still moved like a champion. He checked his watch. 07:36. On time. "Mongoose, stagecoach has cleared the gate," radioed the driver of the vice president's limousine, codenamed Stagecoach. If a Cadillac STS and an up-armored Hummer mated, they would produce a presidential limo. The Secret Service dubbed it the Beast, and it was battle-proof. The windows could withstand armor-piercing bullets, and the body was made of a steel and titanium composite like a tank. Each door was 8 inches thick and weighed more than the fuselage door of a Boeing 757 jet. A reinforced 5-inch steel plate ran under the car, shielding it from roadside bombs. The tires were a specially woven Kevlar, allowing the beast to drive over spikes. If the tires were blasted away, it could escape at speed on steel rims. The fuel tank was encased in foam that prevented it from exploding, even if it suffered a direct hit. The limo was equipped with night vision cameras so it could drive in the dark, and the cabin was sealed with its own air supply in the event of a gas attack or the vehicle plunged into water. It even had a supply of the vice president's blood type on board. The beast was a mobile bunker with a leather interior and a shiny black paint job. The beast wasn't alone. The convoy had 3 of them, and they weaved in and out of traffic together, playing a game of 3-car Monte to conceal the vice president. "Jesus," said Martha as the limo hit a pothole, causing a mascara smudge. "Honey, you look fine," said Henry without lifting his eyes from the speech. The motorcade sped through red lights and intersections without stopping, the sweepers keeping traffic at bay. "Mongoose, this is Pilot. We're approaching the Calvert Street Bridge, but there's heavy congestion." "Where exactly?" asked Mongoose. "A block before the bridge at the intersection of Calvert and Connecticut Avenue." "How heavy?" "We're rolling to a stop." Not good, thought Mongoose. Seconds later, the entire convoy eased to a standstill in a narrow 2-lane street. The first law of motorcade operations: never stop. He picked up the radio handset. "Sweepers, clear the traffic." Police motorcycles sped around them, their riders waving furiously at stopped cars. Cars nosed closer to the curb, but not enough to let the motorcade pass. It was no use. Traffic was backed up for blocks, and the motorcade was engulfed. Behind Mongoose sat the 3 presidential limos, wedged in between more black SUVs and civilian cars. Cars honked, being late for work. "We've stopped. Is something wrong?" asked Martha. "It's just a little traffic," said Henry, still fixated on his speech. The aide sat attentively across from him, an open laptop on her knees. Unconvinced, Martha looked out the window. Upscale apartments lined the streets, sandwiched between big hotels, the kind that hold enormous conventions. Mongoose furrowed his brow. "There's gridlock in every direction," said Pilot. "What's going on?" asked Mongoose. "There's a 3-car accident in the intersection, and it's obstructing traffic in all travel lanes." One car's trunk was crumpled, another car's right front smashed in, and a third was squashed in between them. Crushed glass and liquid covered the road. Deflated airbags stuck out of car doors. The occupants sat on opposite curbs, glowering at each other as an angry fire truck, also stuck in the traffic, blasted its horn in the distance. "Are emergency vehicles on site? Tow trucks?" "Negative. It looked like it just happened, but no one is seriously hurt." "Shit," Mongoose muttered, startling the driver next to him. "Everything okay, boss?" asked his driver, a former Marine still sporting a military high and tight haircut. No, Mongoose thought, something isn't right. He knew the area well, having driven these blocks and this bridge more times than he cared to admit, while serving 3 presidents in 20 years. Gridlock was common during Washington rush hour, as were accidents, but they didn't happen on this stretch of road. Not at this time of day, and not just as a motorcade was passing through. There were no coincidences in this line of work. It could be an ambush, thought Mongoose, scanning the tree-lined sidewalks. The last time his instincts pinged this hard was just before his platoon was attacked by the Taliban in Wanat, an armpit of a place in far eastern Afghanistan. He lost 2 friends that day. His thinking was the same then as now. Get out of the kill zone. Get off.